Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to this edition of Cricket Happenings today on Wednesday. Well, what I'm going to look at in this Cricket Happenings show today with you all is we are going to look at how the first day's play went off between West Indies and Zimbabwe in the first test match, where Zimbabwe were rolled out for 211 and West Indies were also struggling with Gayles, the Zimbabwe pace bowler, actually striking two quick blows to reduce them to 18 for 2 at close of play on the first day of the first test between Zimbabwe and West Indies, which is being played. Well, and then we will look at the start of the third test match, and also we'll look at the update, and if possible I'll try to keep some commentary going. Right now I see that West Indies today they lost Chris Gayles pretty early after he smashed 40 pretty quickly. Samuels has gone back. Samuels on his comeback has got a 50 to his credit. Yesterday, as you know, Samuels took career best figures in test matches of 4 wickets, which was the first time that he took it. And West Indies currently are 140 for 4 with the second day's play in progress here at the ground here between West Indies and Zimbabwe in the first test match. And also there are two test matches starting today. One is the Border Gavaskar Trophy, the third test match, which starts between Australia and India at Mohali in Chandigarh. Now Mohali in Chandigarh is not going to one good thing for the Australians, even though their morale would have been really dented by 4 people actually removed from the Australian team for indiscipline. Shane Watson, James Pattinson, Usman Khawaja, and there was one more player, Mitchell Johnson, was removed. So so definitely their morale would have been dented after Mickey Arthur, the chief coach, decided to wield the axe on all those 4 players because of indiscipline. Now, how that would affect their morale, one could really understand. It's not going to be easy for Australia, especially considering that they are 2-0, they are 0-2 down in the series, and they require just a draw to actually retain the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Well, India would definitely be wanting to really do the same what they did in the first 2 test matches to Australia. The one good thing for Australia here, even though they are crippled by these 4 people being sent back, one good thing that will happen for Australia is the weather is going to be good. They are going to feel some coolness in the weather, because as you know, in Chennai and Hyderabad the temperature was very hot. It was 37 degrees, 40 degrees, but as far as Mohali and Chandigarh is concerned, it is going to be nice and cool. So it's going to be into 20 degrees, so they would really love it. And also one more good thing about Mohali and Chandigarh is definitely helps the pace bowlers, but definitely cracks up as the match goes on, probably in the 4th and 5th day. That's what has been seen. But what would be good to see is that in the morning, because of the coolness and the cool breeze blowing there in Mohali and Chandigarh, the pace bowlers will get some lot of movement. So that will be interesting to see both the bowlers, whether Bhuvneshwar Kumar would be wanting to bowl here, because he would like to really move the ball. He likes to move the ball both ways, and Australia would also be looking to do the same. So that is something which would be in favor of the Australians. One is the weather, and the other is they will get some movement. There will be assistance for the pace bowlers too, which was not the case in the previous 2 test matches. So I will try to do a brief preview if possible. So that is one thing, and we also have one more test match which is starting today, and that is between New Zealand and England in the second test, which is going to be starting at a windy Basin Reserve in Wellington. As you know, Basin Reserve in Wellington is always known to be full of, there's heavy wind blowing. It all depends on how the bowlers actually use the wind, because you'll have to bowl against the wind, you'll have to bowl with the wind. So there are a lot of things that you have to learn, but the New Zealand bowlers probably might be in a better position to do it since they are pretty experienced. England, well, Anderson, Stuart Broad, and all those bowlers have to really contain the swing, and there will be some assistance in the pitch too. So that is something that one is looking forward to. That would be the second test match, which starts between New Zealand and England after New Zealand put up a very good show in the first test match. So that is something which is starting. And one news which is coming in from local, being from Canada, I would like to say that there was one match which was played between Canada and Kenya, and Canada is not doing well. They lost the first match too, and today they lost the second match. This was a qualifying match which was played. This is the ICC World Cricket League Championship, which is being played at Dubai, and Canada actually lost this match. Kenya won the match by 6 wickets. Canada making 253 for 9 of their 50 overs, and Kenya making 254 for 4 in 48 overs, going home by 6 wickets. Well, so first what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you to the West Indies Zimbabwe Test match, where currently I see there's one more. Yes, that's lunch on day 2, so I will have a nice way to actually cover this match. Lunch on day 2, Zimbabwe, as you know, yesterday they made 211. Just talking about the Zimbabwean innings yesterday, well, Tino Mavoyo was the one who really played well. He made a good 50 with 7 boundaries. Other than that, it was not easy going for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe found it very difficult against the very good pace of Kemar Roach and Tino Best early in the morning, which gave them some real assistance. And then there were not much to really talk about. Vusi Subanda was out for 12 with 3 fours. Masakaja was out for 17 with 2 fours. Brendan Taylor was a victim of Gabriel. He was gone to some late swing from Gabriel. He was gone for 26 or 4 fours. He was the captain of the team. Craig Irvine looks to be a very improved batsman. He has been batting very well. As you know, he now plays for Hampshire, and that one can see that Craig Irvine was playing very well. In fact, very unfortunate that he was gone. Clean bowled by Samuels for 29 with 5 boundaries. Malcolm Waller made 9 with 1 boundary. Chakabwa looked good, 15 with 1 boundary. He tried to steer the crease, but to no avail. Shillingford took his wicket. Creamer made 25 with 3 boundaries. Raymond Price, good to see Raymond Price back. It would be good to see how Raymond Price bowls. He was not out on 12 with 1 4 and 1 6. Jarvis was out for a duck, and Chatara was out for 2. So Zimbabwe are all out for 211. The chief wicket taker being Marlon Samuels, who returned figures, his test best career figures, career best test figures of 6.4 overs, 1 maiden, 13 runs and 4 wickets. Shane Shillingford coming back, 22 overs, 4 maidens, 58 runs and 3 wickets. They were the ones who actually shared the spoils. 7 wickets went to them, and 2 wickets went to Kemar Roach. 13 overs, 3 maidens, took 31. Tino Best, 12 overs, 3 maidens, none for 33, was wicketless. Gabriel, 14 overs, 5 maidens, 145. Daniel Sammy, economical as ever, 9 overs, 5 maidens, none for 17. So Zimbabwe were all out for 211. They really couldn't put in much resistance against the West Indies bowlers. As you know, this match is being played at Bridgetown in Barbados. So West Indies, well, when they started replying to the score of 211, they didn't have it easy either. In fact, what happened was Kyle Jarvis was the one who actually not only gave them the breakthrough, actually he struck 2 quick blows, because they had only probably some I thought it was only 6 overs, 7 overs left before close of play, and the first to go was Kieron Powell, who was LBW ball Jarvis, who brought the ball back in to Kieron Powell. He was trapped in the pads. He was gone for 5. So that was the first wicket. Kemar Roach was sent in as night watchman, but it was of no use, as Kemar Roach was dismissed. The very ball he faced from Jarvis as soon as he came, he came soon and he left soon. He just faced that very ball, the only one ball from Jarvis, and Jarvis actually had him LBW too. So the night watchman was on his way back, and West Indies were 8 for 2, and they finally finished at 18 for 2 with Chris Gayles and Kemar Roach, Darren Bravo actually seeing them off for the day. But today Chris Gayles started off in very aggressive fashion, and he cracked 40 with 8 boundaries, and he was the first test wicket for the test debutant Tendai Chatara, who took his first wicket as Gayles was gone. Caught Taylor bowled Chatara for 40 with 8 fours. After that, the other wicket that fell, that was the 4th wicket to fall. In fact, Darren Bravo was out before Gayles was out, and once again Jarvis today giving them a real breakthrough here early in the morning, picking up Darren Bravo's wicket. It was caught by Chakabwa for 11 and 81 for 4 when Gayles departed. And then just before lunch, Samuels, after coming in and making a very good brisk 51 with 9 fours and 1 6 on his comeback to the West Indies Test team, was gone, as he was gone to the military medium pace of Hamilton Masakadza, as Marlon Samuels was gone. Kochakov bowled Masakadza 51 with 9 fours and 1 6. Chandrapal, as you know, he's the rock of this Rock of Gibraltar for West Indies, and he's not out on 25 with 4 fours. And for Zimbabwe, it's very essential that they see the back of Chandrapal soon, because if they don't see the back of Chandrapal, then Chandrapal can really hurt them. He can grind the attack, and West Indies still have some batting to come. They have the captain Darren Sammy, they have Dinesh Ramdin, the wicket keeper, to come. Tino Best has a 95 to his credit against England, as you know, and then they have Gabriel can bat. Shillingford can also bat a bit. So 144 for 5 is what West Indies are right now. West Indies have gone to lunch on the second day of this first test match between West Indies and Zimbabwe at 144 for 5 in reply to Zimbabwe's 211 all out yesterday. The bowling figures: Jarvis has been very impressive. 11 overs, 3 minutes, 27 runs and 3 wickets. Chatara, his first test wicket, what a wicket that was. The debutant getting the wicket, the very prized wicket of Chris Gayles. 12 overs, 4 minutes, 1 for 40. Creamer, the spinner, 8 overs, went for 41. He was really creamed by the West Indies batsman. Hamilton Masakadza, 5.4 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 14. And as soon as he got Samuel's wicket, a lunch was called by the umpires. Raymond Price, 4 overs, he bowled, he gave away 12 runs. So that is the match situation as far as West Indies and Zimbabwe are concerned at lunch on the second day. Now, just as I said, let's look at the match which is going to come up today between Australia. Australia, as I told you, one has to really wait and watch what Morale has done. They have just, what it does is it has basically given an opportunity for some players to get in. One, I would say, Phil Hughes, who has been really struggling with the bat. Just because the players have been pushed out, the 4 players have been pushed out, Phil Hughes will get an opportunity. And Phil Hughes, the records say that he has not scored a single run of the Indian spinners, and he has been getting out to the spinners. So that will be very interestingly watched in this particular test match. Phil Hughes, I would say it is like a blessing for him, just because of these 4 players being axed. He gets an opportunity to once again prove himself. Whether Phil Hughes can do it, for me, that is $1 million question against the Indian spinners, Phil Hughes. But wish him good luck. Australia, David Warner and Ed Cowan will open the innings. They have Phil Hughes. Michael Clarke will be coming 1 drop, so that would be a very good, and especially considering the circumstances that we are looking at, I'm sure Michael Clarke will be coming 1 drop. But Michael Clarke, if you look at his scores there, coming at number 4 or 5 has been pretty consistent. But as far as coming at number 3 or 4 is concerned, that is not something that Michael Clarke has liked. He has not scored much runs on that. Stephen Smith is going to get an opportunity here with his bat, with his ball, and in the field he's really a real panther in the field. So Stephen Smith gets an opportunity. Brad Haddin has been will be coming in. Brad Haddin has come because Matthew Wade has been injured, and Brad Haddin is come. So Brad Haddin will definitely add some batting to the Australian batting value to this Australian team. Then they have the all-rounder Moises Henriques, Glenn Maxwell or Xavier Doherty, Mitchell Starc, Peter Siddle. Nathan Lyon should be back because of the players being sent back. So the players to miss out: James Pattinson would have been a real certainty and would have been really loved to actually bowl on this Mohali pitch in Chandigarh, is going to miss out. Usman Khawaja would have definitely got a chance ahead of Phil Hughes. I'm sure Phil Hughes would have been dropped for this test match, and Usman Khawaja would have been selected. But because of the problems that they are facing, Usman Khawaja is gone. Otherwise, I was sure that Usman Khawaja would have got this opportunity, and he would be definitely regretting the fact there's no Shane Watson who brings lots of experience, because as I said, Michael Clarke and Shane Watson are the most experienced persons in this Australian setup for the Indian tour, but now they are minus Shane Watson. And also, one more player missing will be Mitchell Johnson. Mitchell Johnson probably could have been played on this match. Again, this has really helped the pace bowlers in the past, and Mitchell Johnson would also be regretting that he is missing out. As far as India are concerned, I am sure India might be going with the same combination. Yes, Virender Sehwag is not there, and we might see a test debut for Shikhar Dhawan, who has been scoring heavily in domestic cricket. So good luck to him too. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this note, and also keep an eye on the New Zealand-England second test match, which is going to come up today at a windy Basin Reserve in Wellington. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.